It was a chilly autumn evening when I first noticed something unusual happening in my classroom. My student, Lily, had always been eager to impress me, but tonight her behavior seemed different, almost desperate. She approached me after class, her eyes shimmering with a strange intensity. She whispered softly, "Professor, I really need to talk to you about my grade." Her voice was trembling, yet there was an unsettling confidence behind it. I nodded, trying to hide my curiosity and concern, as she slowly stepped closer. Lily looked at me with a mischievous smile and said, "I think I can do whatever it takes to improve my grade." A chill ran down my spine as she suddenly leaned in, her voice dropping to a whisper, "Even if it means crossing some boundaries." My heart pounding, I backed away instinctively, feeling the weight of her words now hanging heavy in the air. The classroom seemed to darken, as if shadows had crept in from the corners. She continued, "Just for a grade, Professor. That's all I want." The room grew colder, and I wondered if I was imagining things, or if there was something genuinely sinister about her intentions. Lily's smile widened unnaturally, and she tilted her head as if inviting me into her secret world. Suddenly, I remembered the haunted stories my uncle used to tell me about city legends and mysterious seductions that blurred moral lines. A story from my childhood about a girl named Eleanor came to mind, who seduced her teachers to pass her exams, but at a terrible cost. That story had always haunted me, and tonight I felt a shiver of déjà vu as her eyes gleamed with an unnatural light. I tried to steer the conversation back to academic matters, saying, "Lily, grades are earned, not taken through tricks or threats." But she just laughed softly, a sound that echoed strangely in the empty classroom. Her voice became more seductive as she whispered, "Maybe you're afraid to take a chance." The haunting notion that someone so young could be capable of such deceit sent a chill through my spine. Suddenly she reached out her hand, as if to touch my arm, but I stepped back quickly. Realizing the tension had escalated beyond what was comfortable, I cleared my throat and said sternly, "This isn't appropriate, Lily." Her expression shifted from playful to unsettlingly serious, and she looked at me with a desperate plea in her eyes. I could see the haunted stories of seduction and moral peril reflected in her gaze, as if she was caught in an endless loop of temptation. I remembered the old ghost stories from campus, about students who lost themselves trying to cheat their way to success. They warned of a dark force that lured students into obsession and despair, promising grades but stealing their souls. Her behavior tonight felt like an echo of those tales, strange and inexplicable, yet undeniably real. I knew I had to be firm, so I said loudly, "Lily, this stops now." "No more of this nonsense." Her face betrayed no remorse, only a stubborn resolve, as if she was possessed by some unseen force. The room grew eerily silent, except for the fluttering of papers and the beating of my own heart. I wondered if I was losing my mind or if this was somehow connected to the haunted stories that haunted this campus long before I arrived. In a moment of clarity, I decided to break the tension completely, saying, "Grades are earned honestly, and I don't tolerate any misconduct." Lily's eyes flickered with a strange light, and she whispered, "You're just afraid of what I'm capable of." That remark sent a cold wave through my entire being, as if a dark secret had been revealed, buried deep within her soul. I took a deep breath and managed to say, "Whatever you think you're doing, stop it right now." As I spoke, the classroom seemed to darken further, shadows creeping along the walls, as if the room itself was haunted by spirits of temptation. Suddenly, Lily stepped back and looked around as if she sensed the presence of something supernatural. Her voice trembled for a moment before she managed to say, "Maybe I should leave. Before something else happens." I watched her carefully, feeling the atmosphere thick with the echoes of haunted stories about students and teachers caught in sinister games. In the silence that followed, I realized that some stories, no matter how ghostly they seem, leave behind truths that are hard to forget. From that night on, I became wary of Lily's attempts to manipulate, sensing there was far more at stake than just a grade. The haunting story of the girl who seduced her teacher for a grade lingered in my mind, a ghostly warning of how dangerous temptation can be. And so, I resolved to remain vigilant, knowing that sometimes stories hidden in shadows reveal haunting truths about human nature. The mysterious and haunting events that night forever changed the way I viewed student-teacher boundaries and the stories we tell ourselves to stay safe.